welcome to Day in Woburn. I'm your host, Samantha Stone, and we have a couple of special guests with us today. Welcome to our Mayor Scott Galvin. Welcome, Scott.
Yeah, good to be here, Samantha. Thank you.
I hope you had a good Thanksgiving. I know it was probably smaller and a little bit quieter than normal, but
it was nice. We had a nice time. Went to my mother's house. It was nice.
Good. Excellent. So I want to talk a little bit about some of the testing that we've been happening. I know that this past Saturday was a little quieter. I imagine the week before, lots of people were trying to get tested before Thanksgiving and such to see if they were okay to visit with, family members and such. Any updates or anything that you'd like to share there?
Yeah. So, as you mentioned, the week before there were 650, and that was really busy. And this week, it just went by. The week after Thanksgiving, started slow, and there was never a crowd. There was never a line of more than 15 minutes. Surprisingly, at the end of the day, we had 423 tests, which was a good number. Yeah, and there were 18 positive. So the positivity rate's been pretty good on these last couple ones we did. The first one, as we said, was higher than we expected, but when we did the week before Thanksgiving, we had about 650 tests and just in the low 20s for positives, and this one came back, as I said, 423 tests, which was really a good number considering there was no wait, and we had 18 positives. So it was good service. The people who come very appreciative, and it serves that purpose of giving some people peace of mind, and also identifying those who are asymptomatic who wouldn't have known they had it. So it's working out really well, and we plan on doing it again this Saturday, weather permitting. So if the weather's good, we're going to be there Saturday 9 to 3. And then Friday, we're doing all city employees at the high school. There's a pre-registration for that. So, we've had a good interest in that so far. And, as of like 10 o'clock this morning, we already had 115 people signed up for the city employee testing Friday.
Good. I'm glad to hear that people are using it.
He can't use it. He can't go, Chief.
What do you mean I can't go?
So for those of you who have, you can't see what we can see, but Chief Adgate's on, and we're going to be celebrating his retirement in just a moment. So he'll be retired by the next testing period, which I'm sure he's grateful for. That's helpful. I'm glad to hear that there were so many people, because it actually sounded like there weren't lines and things. So it was glad to see that we still were able to serve so many folks. There was a question about paper applications. So originally, I think we said printed out. Some guests or patients were told that they are not allowed to take the paper ones, and they recapture the information. Do you know?
Yeah, so
that's accurate.
So we're gonna try again. We're working on it as we speak about doing a pre-registration for residents as well, because Armstrong didn't feel comfortable taking the applications that were filled out before residents got there. I don't know how many actually did anyway, but this week we're working on it. We're hopefully by tomorrow we'll have a pre-registration site up, which will make things easier for those who can do it. If they don't, we'll still have another line for those who come and need to fill out an application at the site. So
great. Well, that's good to know, and I'm sure that'll make it even more efficient. So that's excellent. One of the other things that I wanted to ask about, so the Board of Health, I presume, has gotten a little busy with the testing that's been happening, and they're still calling folks who are positive, and then they're still making contact tracing calls to people outside their household. Is that correct, or is that being done? Okay.
They are. So, I mean, you hit the nail on the head. It is busy, and they're doing the best they can, keeping ahead of it. So, when a positive result comes into the Maven system, they're pulling them off. They make the initial calls, and then they'll do the contact tracing, and contact tracing is only as good as the information that we get from the person who tested positive. And sometimes people are still reluctant to give that information out, Samantha. So they're doing it. And if, in those cases where they get overwhelmed, which we've only had to do it a couple of times, we do send the cases to the state support system, and they'll do the contact tracing. But we've been pretty good handling it. And, there's a lot of calls coming in. We've had over 2-week periods where we're, up into the 200s, which is high numbers for positives.
Yeah. And it's more calls than that, right? Because they're contacting all the people who are exposed potentially. So it's quite a heavy workload, and we should, remember that. I know a lot of people are trying to call in and follow up on tests, and it's hard to wait, especially when you're waiting for news like this. You want your answer right now. And we certainly understand that that's what people want. But you know, it is quite a lot that's on their plate. So good to know. And for those who are watching, just confirmation, Saturday, weather permitting, will be again at the Showcase Cinemas lot. Is that correct?
Right, 9 to 3.
9 to 3. Great. We also have a number of things coming up on December 6th. There's a toy drive, I believe, at City Hall. Jim Doherty reached out and wanted me to mention, I think, Woburn Little League. That's been happening. It's Toys for Tots.
That's right. So Karen Murphy works for Woburn Little League. She also works in the building department. She's an excellent employee. She does a great job down there. She's really good with customer service, and she's done a lot of I think she's on the board of directors with Woburn Little League, and she's really dedicated, committed there. So they're going to have the Toys for Tot mobile bus that they're going to have right outside City Hall. So if people have toys and they buy some new toys, bring them down. Any questions, you can contact Karen in the building department, and she'll be happy to help you out. And also Rory, she's working with Rory Lindstrom from Recreation. So between those two, they can give you the information that you need.
Perfect. I love it. It's also happening on the 6th, and not really anything to involve City Hall directly, but I don't know if you remember last year about this time, there was a gun violence vigil that was hosted by Pastor Bill at the Woburn Methodist Church.
Yep.
And obviously people can't gather in the same way that they did last year, but they did reach out and ask me just to mention that if you want to still sort of honor and recognize the day, people are invited to light a candle in their home or to join a service at 10 a.m. that's on Facebook Live. So
on Saturday or Sunday?
Sunday the 6th.
If you had either your mother or the pastor call me just to touch base, that'd be great, Samantha.
Yeah, you bet. I will definitely do that. I'm sure they'll do that. I'll have Mom reach out. Excellent. So a couple other little things, and then we'll turn over to the Chief's retirement and do that. Last week, we spoke about library funding and holiday decorations. There were some concerns and questions about programming and such. I don't know if you've had an opportunity to close the loop on that, but I wanted to invite you to give us an update if you had one.
I did circle back, and they did approve funding for some lights, and I think that was from the trustees' funds. Okay. They also were trying to locate which they do have, they had purchased some lights last year, some white lights for the trees, which will be, the DPW will be putting up as soon as they get to them. But they did make they have made some investments in new lights, both inside and outside, which they hadn't had. So it looks nice. It does add to the festivity. I think they're also getting a menorah. I just talked to Bonnie. They're getting that for inside as well. And we're looking forward to your efforts to get on December 10th to get the
yeah, so I have to reach out. We'll probably have it set up before that, but the first lighting would be on the 10th in conjunction with the holiday. So we'll look forward to, doing that.
They did spend some funding on new lights, which was reasonable after talking to them.
Okay. Great. Good to know. Thank you for the update. We appreciate it. And so I'm just taking my looks. There was one other person I just wanted to give a shout out to and a thank you. I don't know if you saw Jim Jones at Corner Office Gourmet had like a pallet of stuffing that they weren't using. And rather than go to waste, he was very generous and he was giving away stuffing right before the Thanksgiving holidays. And I just had so many people post pictures and it was delicious and appreciated. So the city continues to really come together and help each other out this time of year. So just wanted to say thank you to Jim and team for doing that.
Oh, great job. That was excellent.
Great. Well, let's turn our attention over to Chief Adgate, who is our retiring fire chief. Welcome to the show.
Thank you. Great to be here. In fact, I'm actually now the retired fire chief.
It's official with the ED at the end.
8 o'clock this morning, officially off the books.
I love it. And you have a lovely Christmas display. You're already enjoying retirement, I can tell.
Yes, it's great.
Good. Yeah. Well, I wanted to, first of all, so many people have wanted to thank you. It is, we can't have the big parties and celebrations that we might otherwise have, but I hope you have felt all the recognition and appreciation from the city. You've done incredible things. I wanted to let you know that I made, on behalf of the show, a donation to Shriners Hospital burn unit in your honor this morning.
That's wonderful. Thank you very much. That's actually fantastic. Very nice.
Good. They do wonderful work there. So
yeah, they most certainly do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Excellent. I did want to ask you a couple of things though. If you look back at your storied career, what are you going to miss most about, coming in maybe not every day, but whatever the shifts were?
I'll probably miss my lively debates with the mayor on Monday through Friday. And he's not going to miss those. He's probably glad to see me go because he put up the good fight, but I'll actually miss those. The last 3.5 years.
I thought it was the other way around. You put up the good fight.
Nah. We both fought each other. Come on, we did good. It all worked out good. And I'll say that from a fire department perspective, I think the mayor was very cooperative and understanding of the needs of the department through the years, particularly the last 3.5 years. And he really did go to great lengths and I'm not just saying that, he really did go to great lengths to make the department, from an efficiency standpoint, a much better place to work. Hey, we're getting a brand new fire station. Come on. Does it get any better than that?
Right. I have to say, every time I drive by the site, I always get excited that there's going to be a new home there for the fire department. It's going to be great.
Yeah, it is going to be.
I just want to say that with the chief, I know it's his time, but I really enjoyed working with him and, this perspective that he brought and he really did bring passion every day. And he says that it's, we started off having Monday morning meetings, and then it kind of came Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then it was every day he'd be coming in, which was good because he was always advocating for the department, the needs, the equipment, station. And he was, he did his job and then some, and everybody from the city should, if you see the chief walking around, he really has done a great job there. And I was honored to work with you, chief. I say that, we started off.
Yeah. Thank you very much. The honor's been all mine.
Yeah. We started off as friends before, and I still can say he's a good friend, but we had a very professional, cordial relationship. And I think we got a lot of good things done for the city, and he's a main reason for it. So thanks, chief. Enjoy your retirement.
Thank you very much. I truly appreciate it. But now the mayor's fears that I'm going to form my own citizen advocacy group and come in and start pounding the table for more. We want more.
Yeah.
We love citizen advocates who get in and do stuff for the city. It's great. Right. I love it.
You might be a big money consultant too. We got to watch out for that.
That's right. Yeah. But it's all been good. So on another note, my dealings with the mayor were one thing, but the whole career of dealing with the guys and trying my best to look out for the interests of the members, not in my position as the chief, but my entire career was based on trying to do what I thought was right for the department. And I'll miss that. I'll miss the camaraderie. I already do. But it's time to move on. I'm ready for retirement. I joke about it because it was almost like the Steve Adgate grand finale for the past 2 weeks. I was ready. I was ready to go by the time this morning come around. And May, just so you know, nobody violated protocol, but they gave me a ride home in the fire truck. So that was
as it should be. That's awesome.
It was.
So I do have to ask you, one of the last things that you oversaw was Thanksgiving, and a Thanksgiving where a lot of people were home cooking for the first time or hadn't been cooking. How did we do? Did we have a lot of kitchen fires over Thanksgiving?
No. We did fine. Yeah, we did fine. There's a few little, smoke jobs and all, but for the most part, it was people behaved. But again, the Thanksgiving, this particular time, under these conditions, the COVID conditions, it did make things kind of difficult. As the mayor pointed out at the beginning of your show, the numbers in here in Woburn, we do see some issues. I'm not going to lie to anybody. We have the same issues within the department itself. So but we're handling them appropriately. I think with a little bit of common sense and people follow the guidelines, and now we can actually see light at the end of the tunnel. There's a vaccine right around the corner, we hope, and it's let's just say that, in maybe being a little conservative, within 6 months maybe we'll have this behind us. I can only hope, because it's been quite an ordeal, and again, we've been dealing with the department actually probably since the end of last February till particularly at the beginning of March to today. And it's tough, really very tough.
Well, we appreciate it because I know that you're responding to things that need to be extra cautious and careful and protect the team, of course, but also you're transporting patients to hospitals and doing a lot. So you have certainly seen the challenging parts of this.
Listen, I'm gonna give a tip of the hat to the members of the department. They truly are upfront and personal with this disease. They were on the ground zero. We meet people in their own homes that are dealing with this. So and again, I feel confident with the precautions that we took right from the beginning that, we fared fairly well with dealing with the disease so far. But again, I'll go back to what I said a minute ago. If just some common sense protective measures taken and people wear a mask and hopefully we'll be beyond this shortly.
Good. Well, thank you so much for your service. Thank you for joining us today. We want to wish you a fond farewell. We will see you around the city, I'm sure, particularly as we get back to normal. You won't be able to keep away from that new firehouse, I have a feeling, once it's open.
No. I hope to be invited to the grand opening, Mr. Mayor.
It's on the record. You're got an invitation, I'm sure.
Okay. All right. Very nice. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much for joining us. And as always, Woburn, thank you for taking a listen. And please be sure to continue to take good care of each other.
Thanks, Chief. Thanks, Samantha. See you.
Thank you. All right. Thanks.
Yes.